All right, welcome everybody. We have Chelsea here. Chelsea is a online fitness trainer. She's the founder, and I guess I would consider you the CEO of Miss Fit Program LLC. She was also a runner-up Miss USA and a longtime friend of mine who is now a client. So welcome, Chelsea. Excited to have you here. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, describe your business and what you do?
Yeah, so thanks for that introduction. I'm an online personal trainer slash health coach, but more than that, because I'm CEO, right, and founder, I feel like I wear a lot of hats. And one of them is, of course, having to deal with finances, and then, of course, having to deal with individuals and the backside of a business. And so I feel like now I am totally into sales. Now I'm really into like finance. So it's really cool that I'm more than just a health and fitness coach. But I currently am living in Oregon now. It's been pretty awesome. I get back to Hawaii every once in a while. Ethan and I went to Leisure Dance together, 7th and 8th grade. So it's
Yep.
super cool. But now I'm just totally full on adulting and I'm about to be 30. And it's funny how you think 30 is so old, right? You think that now that you're about to be 30, you're like, I'm doing this. Well, I'm doing this, and it's super cool. I like surrounding myself with people who help me level up, right? And you're definitely in your company are one of those that is helping me level up.
Yeah, awesome. I think you're so accurate when you say as a founder, as a CEO, as someone starting a small business, there's like a million billion hats that you wear all the time. And I think most business owners I talk to, their dream is to eventually delegate out to the point where they don't need to be working in or on their business every single day. And like you said, money and finances, which is why we're doing this interview right now, is such an integral part of all of our lives. So as much as a lot of us want to avoid it or not deal with it, it's something that we need to face if we want to run a good business and if we want to, have freedom and flexibility when it comes to our personal finances. So when we initially started talking, I mean, you were at this point in your business where you were truly kind of seeing it explode. Like you went from 1 year of doing all right to this next year like tracking, doing absolutely amazing. It's like you're turning 30, you hit 30, and it's like you're supposed to have it figured out by now, but the reality is I think most of us are like always still figuring it out. And you've recently, when we started working together, started taking really awesome steps to figuring out your money situation and making sure that one day you don't have to work again. So prior to meeting with me and beginning the planning process, what was some of your major money concerns, and really what inspired you to reach out and start this process with me?
Yeah, one of my major money concerns is the future, right? It's like, cool, okay, maybe I know how to save whatever now, but I think it was one night, I remember I was in Folsom, some of my peers were talking about their like 401k and the retirement. I was like, I have nothing. I was like, I'm 28 years old. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to keep working until I am 90. And of course, we see your grandparents, but we never think, okay, I need to think long term. And so I think that was a moment for me where I was like, what the heck? And what was crazy is I told myself, okay, I need to start doing some research. But I think the universe, when you think of something and then you attract it. And that's when I saw
Absolutely.
your Facebook post. That's when I saw. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And so I started doing research. And then that's when I realized, okay, I think this is the universe's way of saying, you were thinking about it, you asked, here, let me deliver. So you and I, jumped on a call. And I also think at that same time, yeah, my business was exponentially growing, and now I'm responsible for other people and having coaches under me. And so that has a little more, I felt the heat, the responsibility, the pressure. So I figured, okay, I don't want to screw up, and so I want to make sure I have a team on my side that I know I will be successful. I know that now that I have other people to take care of my business, because I plan on still growing. And so having you and your team kind of make sure that I am nicely moving things along for the foreseeable future and then also for the long future, I think it's super awesome.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I think the pain point that you were facing as a business owner is a lot of things that business owners do face all the time. When you start working for somebody else, a big corporation, they kind of have it all set up for you. You have your 401k, you have your company sponsored retirement plan set up. So all you need to do is elect to defer a percentage of your income to this retirement bucket to begin investing in your future, never, to get yourself to the point where you never have to work. But as a business owner, that is all on you to figure out. And you need to have financial literacy and understanding of how money works. And you need to begin to take the steps necessary because you're the person in charge. There's people looking up to you, not only like your employees and your coaches and your contractors, but your family members, your spouse, all these other people who are relying on the income that you're generating to be there forever, not just be there while you're working in your business. So you need to take those extra steps to actually set something like that up. And it's something that I see business owners actually forgetting to focus on so often. So, to me, it speaks to your ability to think big picture and long term early. Because as soon as you started to see this growth, you're like, all right, now what? How do I make sure I can maintain this type of lifestyle that I'm living and not always be working in the business? Which is when you asked, right? And then when you ask, you shall receive. And it kind of got us at least in the conversations of what's the next steps? How do I go about this? Which was awesome. So that being said, what was maybe the key determining factor that you had that like made you decide to work with me and my team?
I think you hit the nail on the head. Was the financial literacy and understanding of how that works. And that is not my forte. I'm pretty sure I just did Algebra 2 and that's it. In college, I was liberal arts, I was anthropology and geography. So it's not something that I was, one, interested in really, and then two, having the knowledge of, okay, how to do this right the first time, right? So I think just you understood kind of where I was at. You could see very clearly where I wanted to go, probably more so than what I see clearly in terms of the paths that I could take. And so, I mean, you're a total trustworthy guy. It's cool. I feel like I've known you for so long. And then I would love to work with, local people too, right? I just feel like you have, really good intentions in your company and April and everyone working with you. And I think there wasn't one deciding factor where I was like, aha, I'm gonna work with you. But I think it was just overall knowing that, you're in this for the good intentions and that me and my company will be fine in your hands. And I think I decided, okay, I can either take action now and see results sooner, or I can wait and put it off. And then most times when people put things off, most times what happens is they say, dang it, I should have started earlier, right? Imagine had I started saving or investing a year before, how much of a difference that could make. So I just said, all right, I'm going to do this. And I'm glad I did.
It's so funny how many parallels you can draw between your business and my business, right? Like
Yeah.
we're coaching people on how to increase your financial health, how to increase your physical health, like how to just get better in general. But you have a different expertise. I have a different expertise, but the mindset is still pretty much the same. So without getting into details and, because we can probably talk for a really long time about this, but has there been anything specifically that has really kind of changed the way you view money, your money philosophies? What's changed for you since starting the planning process with me and my team?
I think one big sentence that really stuck out to me when we were talking about budgeting and how much money do I want to invest was, okay, after all this, here's your extra income after we pay for everything. And then you said that money, if it doesn't have a purpose, it's most likely to be spent elsewhere. I'm like, oh, that's totally me. If money doesn't have a purpose, I'm like, oh, play money. When do I need to spend it? No. So I think just that level of awareness, and then just being more mindful too of, okay, what am I doing with this extra income? Do I want to invest? How much? And I'm putting in all the different buckets like we chatted about. I think that's just a great start to heading in the right direction. And even though I still don't completely understand everything maybe that I need to, I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that you have my back, right? But I think money mindset is always something that I need to be working on, like as an individual, and just having that relationship with money and understanding, yeah, if your money doesn't have a purpose, it's likely to be blown on silly things, right? Stuff that you
Yeah.
don't need. When in 20 years we can look back and say, did I really need another surfboard or another stand-up board? Did I really need that e-bike, or would that money gotten a better use and a better purpose, in investment or my retirement? So I never
Yeah.
thought about that before, and I think now it's really cool to be in that headspace.
Awesome. And sometimes it is. Sometimes you want that e-bike or that surfboard is more important than investing in your future, but it may not always be. And having that mindset and that foundation of a good, healthy money mindset will allow you to continue to make good decisions for yourself, for your family, for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So if you were going to sit down over coffee with someone who was on the fence about working with me, they're like, ooh, yeah, I like the idea of it. I understand I need to like save and invest, not sure where to start, not sure who to trust. What would you tell them about your experience with me?
Yeah. I would I would first say, like we were chatting about earlier, is don't wait, right? Don't keep delaying action. Second, I'd say you do your research, and it doesn't hurt to just jump on a consultation call, right? If it's a fit, awesome. If not, at least you learn something, right? So I would say do your research. And then just don't be afraid to be vulnerable, right? I mean, if I pretended like I knew everything, I think it would have changed our journey or our plan of action. Be vulnerable, be open, trust that you have everyone's best interest at heart. And again, I would say don't wait. That's my biggest thing. So many times, a decade goes by so fast. Again, going back to being 30, had I had this different kind of money mindset 10 years ago, who knows what would have happened. But you can't dwell on the past, only focus on the present. And so, yeah, it doesn't hurt to jump on a call and really just pick your brain, right? See what, all your years of training and experience, education, how we can apply that to, our business and ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a call is free. There's no obligation. It may not be a good fit, but it may be a good fit. And you'll never know until you jump on that call. And I always try to provide value in my call. So no matter what, whether we decide to work together or not, I want to give you something that you can take away and immediately implement into your personal life, into your business life that can help you move you in the direction that you want to go. So free value, awesome. I think that's it's such a no-brainer. Like take a free call with someone who knows what they're talking about. But like you said, so many people are afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid to be told not to spend this or open up about their debt here or about their spending here. And the reality is, like, I've seen so much of this, and I come from a place of like zero judgment. And so it's all confidential and it's free. So take the opportunity that's presented to you. That makes so much sense, Chelsea. So last and final question. I'm a big proponent of making sure that you take time and energy today to help you solve future problems. And future problems in this situation would be like making money decisions. Do I buy this? Can I afford this trip? How much do I set aside for retirement? How much should I invest? Where should I invest? All these questions that people have. If you spend time and energy today, you're going to be able to free up time and energy in the future. And you're going to be able to start early because time is one of the most important things. So if you didn't start this process, let's say you delayed it for 5 or 10 years, people are always trying to kick the can down the road. How do you think your financial situation would be different than actually taking the time today? I know this is like a hypothetical question and we're going to kind of guess at how things might be different. But if you're going to guess, if you didn't actually take time and energy to focus in on creating good systems around your money today, what do you think would happen in 5 or 10 years from now?
In 5 or 10 years, I would have probably way less of a savings. I'd probably be always stressed because I didn't put money aside for taxes. I probably would be stressed because I don't have a 401k. I'm still an independent contractor, right? And relying on my mindset is, don't rely on anyone else. All that money is just like extra income and fun. And so I don't think that I would be as confident in myself if had I not started now. In 5 years, I mean, I'm hoping to have kids soon. So that's another level of stress, right?
Mm.
So I think it would look a lot different. I probably would have said I should have started 5 years ago. And I probably would be like, great, now I can't retire at the age of X because looking at it, I can afford it if I want to live on X amount a month, right? And so I think just being aware of that, having some expertise like you guys, and starting early on anything, right? Of course, yeah, time. I think I would look back and say, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Hindsight 2020, right? Yeah, it makes so much sense. So Chelsea, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for conducting this interview with me. I hope is going to give insight into people who are on the fence or people who are interested in, in putting together a business plan or a personal plan for their finances, to at least get them thinking about it and give them an outlet on places to be able to get access to information and resources and have a conversation. And for all you guys out there who are looking to get into better shape, think women specifically, right, Chelsea?
Yeah.
You women out there who are looking to get into better shape, check Chelsea out. Her Instagram handle is Chelsea_Hardin. That's HARDIN. And shoot her a DM. She helps tons of people. They get great results. And she's trying to help people in the same capacity that we're trying to help people, in just a different pillar of what you need in your life to be, I think, at peace and at happy and functioning at your best and most optimal state. So with that being said, thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. And again, awesome interview. Thanks for conducting it with me.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you're wondering why the door opened, like, it's not a ghost, it was my dog.
Oh, yes.
My doggy wanted to come in. The door always like weirdly opens up, but she wanted to be a part of the interview too.
That's going to be the screenshot right there.
Her name's Keala, kind of like Kala.
There you go. I like the Hawaiian flair. All right.